Hi, this is Chris. Today I'm going to do a one-source collage in my one-source collage book. So we will see how far back we are. Still have quite a few pages. And I will take out a page. So I'm going through my old magazines, and I've used a few things from this magazine, and it's pretty close to being ready to be thrown out because I've chopped it up a bit. But I thought maybe I can get one more collage out of it. These are beautiful magazines. Joanna and Chip Gaines, Magnolia. This one is from spring 2023. So I'm going to look through here quickly and see if anything inspires me. Okay, I've been through this a few times, and one thing I like to do is find people and then find some unreal place to put them in. So I found this dad and his little son out by a river exploring Georgia. So then I looked for some place where I could put them. And there were a couple possibilities in here. I think I'll take this rose. That's a beautiful rose. There's a lot of food in this magazine. A lot of food. It looks really good. But I don't think I'll keep the recipes. So I'll put that aside for now. And I'll show you. I thought maybe I could cut these out and stick them somewhere. This is the back cover, so it's really heavy. I'm not sure if that will work. So for backgrounds, I have these possibilities. And then I'm going to cut out the daddy and the little boy and see how I might fit them on the different backgrounds. Okay, I left them on the rock until I decide what I want to do with their feet, how their feet are going to look. So I could put them on a rock on top of this coffee table. And then I was thinking I could cut out this diner and put that on there. See how that looks. We could fit the diner in here. What I would do is I would cut the plant and cut all this stuff in the foreground so that the diner fit right against the back edge of that hearth and put them on the table. So that's one possibility. Then I could put them on this beach veranda. If it's not too tall, just about the right size. Just about exactly the right size. So I could put them on there, but then I would have to cut this out here to have something weird other than just standing on a boardwalk going onto a patio or whatever that is. So So that's a possibility. And then the rose I can stick somewhere. Then, to be real surreal, I could stick them in this bathtub. I could start that one now because that's a simple cut. So, I'd have to stick them so that they were logical. So his feet, right about to his knees, I think. Okay, they could be standing there like that. Now I would need to cut out the window and do something with that. So I have a frame here. Is that the right frame? Yeah, it just seems bigger. It just seems bigger. I kind of like this. This is just more surreal than anything else. I could off-center it a little bit this way or this way. I don't really want them right smack in the middle. So, but I can decide that near the end. So what else can we do? Well, I could cut out each pane of this window, but that would be a pain, wouldn't it? So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut out the basic window. I don't worry too much about getting it exactly perfect, because when I come in at the end with my Stabilo All pencil, that will blend everything in and it'll all look like it belongs. Alright, so let's see how much of that we have to cut off. Yeah, I think I'll cut off the flowers. All right, now what can they be looking at? I've got this giant rose. I'm going to stick this under here and see how that looks. Well, I think it's too big. How about that? So I could put some of these giant moths under here. Could just do a collage of all kinds of giant moths, whatever they are. Dragonflies. The diner's too big. That would be kind of cool if they were looking at the diner. All right, let's see what else we could find from our magazine. Okay, I think I'm going to tack them in. It's a little illogical because the little boy is standing higher than the dad. So when I cover that part up, he looks like a real tall little boy. But I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, if I can get it to come out. It's art glitter glue. Maybe they're looking at Mom. Maybe there's Mom. It looks like one of Joanna Gaines' little boys, which are all growing up. This could be 3 generations. I don't like to use pictures like these because these are not professional models. There's just an article about them, and so they gave permission to be in this magazine, but they didn't give permission to be in my collage. Well, I don't know. Now I'm kind of stumped. Maybe we should just go back to the bugs. Little boys like bugs. They like hunting bugs. So let's cut out a few bugs. I'll start with the smaller bugs. I always like to check what's on the back, just in case there's something better on the back. So that's some small bugs. Even the ones that are off the page, because you can slide them in there. I like these bugs. They look like they're painted with watercolor, and they're just very simple, but you know it's a bug. I mean, this one, it's just some brush strokes, a couple of little brush strokes, but you know it's some kind of flying bug. All right, so now what do we do? I think I have to decide where I'm going to trim this. The top and bottom are already decided for me. Now, because this picture was a little bit shorter than what I would normally leave, I normally leave a little bit smaller border around here. But since the picture was a little bit shorter, I'm going to leave a larger border on the sides to kind of match up with that. But I'm not being precise, I'm just eyeballing it. So I'm going to tack this down. I would like some color back there. Unless I just cram it full of moths. Start with the smaller ones. I could have the moth coming through the window. They're just kind of too big. So what can we do? We need some sort of background. I think we need a bit of color here. Ah, okay, color looks good. What color do we want? I like the blue. Okay, I like the blue. I'm going to tack down the blue. Now, we still need some moths, I think. Probably put some moths in the room itself, like the big ones. Maybe they could be flying around here, or flying around here like this. Get rid of the magazine. Okay, and then we can have a moth here. I like the bee. The more color I can get in here, the better. Don't be afraid of bugs, they won't hurt you. So as you can see, I like to incorporate the images into the main image. And I like to break the border. So I'm going to put this guy a little bit outside. I'm going to start gluing some of these down. I like where they're at. Okay, should I put this moth up here because it's kind of blank up there. He's got to kind of go that way. I think I will. Alright, I checked all the edges were glued down as best as I could because I want them to stay down while I'm doing the pencil technique. And because this is so dark, I'm going to use my black Stabilo All pencil. Like a nice sharp point, but it will probably break off at some time as I press down on it. So I'm just going to outline everything. Okay, I've brushed everything. I don't know when the camera turned off. I was too busy brushing, but what this technique does is it gets rid of the little white edges around the things that you cut out, and it helps to make them more cohesive in the image. And because it's a glossy magazine, you can do a little smudging here and there. And it's just bugs all over the place. So we're going to need some kind of a quip for this. Let's see what we can find. I think I'll start with Tim Holtz Ideology Clippings Sticker Book. There's one here, Something Mysterious. He was ready and willing. Okay, here's one. It just says looking out the window. And that's what they're doing. It doesn't explain anything. So where am I going to put this? Looking out the window. I could put it down here. I don't usually put it across the bottom. So I like to put it somewhere at the top. I think I'm going to put it right there. So they're looking out the window when all the activity is going on right around them. So now what I have to do is clean off my desk, and then I'll show you when it's all done. Okay, it's finished. So I put today's date, May 17th, 2025. I put 07. This is the 7th collage for 2025. And then I put from the magazine, Magnolia Journal, Spring 2023. And they're looking out the window. Even though all the activity is going on around them, they're looking out the window. So thanks for watching and have a great day collaging. Bye-bye.